Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, fans of Skytear. Welcome to another episode in the No Hero Left Behind series. We are in week 7. I am the commander reporting in for duty as normal. Joining me is the organization master behind this particular event, Eric.
Hey RG, how you doing this morning?
I'm well, thank you. So, today we have a bit of a degeneracy showdown here. We have Chris versus Bearcats.
Yeah, and Bearcat's riding a 5-1 record, tied for the lead, and Chris is right there behind him at 4-2. So
Very
these are
nice.
two of the top people left.
Excellent. So
And it
before...
looks like-
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, that looks like one of the reasons they got there is they have not played their blue heroes, who have not been doing very well so far in No Hero Left Behind, so they're left here till the end. So we will see how this Leothan matchup goes.
Absolutely. So before the game started, we did go ahead and toss the coin, or in our case, dice. Bearcats did win the toss there, electing to go first after noticing that Showdown, Bloodlust, Obstinacy were our victory conditions, decided that he was going to just immediately delete Estrida from consideration. Ooh, spice choice here. Bearcat is going to make his leader Korjov.
Alrighty, this game's going fast one way or the other.
Absolutely. I did a game with, I think it was Zeragul or Cdubs. I can't remember who my co-commentator was about 2 weeks ago with tape, and we had a 25-minute game where turn 1 activation of the second round.
Oh man, and Goldbjorn on the other side.
Oh boy, yeah.
Those two friends have turned into frenemies now.
Oh yes. One way or the other, I agree with your assessment. This is going to be a quickie. All right, bringing in Brovar as well makes sense. I know before the game, Bearcat was mentioning that Habrat has kind of just been there for him throughout this particular tournament. I have a sneaking suspicion Habrat is still going to be there at the end of this draft.
Yeah, that seems likely, doesn't it? Oh man, so what is he? How is he going to keep Korjov alive until he can swoop in there? But man, Goldbjorn is.
I suggest we go for a dome. Yeah, I suggest you go for a dome brawl. At least then you can't have Goldbjorn's betrayal active, because you need line of sight to minions. That being said, a dome brawl is risky with Brovar on the field there. You're all in close quarters, very likely to get your taunts, making your attacks wasted.
Yeah, and there's Korjov coming on the other side to help out his Goldbjorn. But I mean, so you could still theoretically send Goldbjorn outside the dome round 1, Goldbjorn's betrayal at the beginning of round 2, and then come on in, maybe. But that's
true.
I mean, hopefully other Korjov can just stay away from whichever side of the field that Goldbjorn's on, unless Bearcat just wants to end it and just like hope for some redirects or something. I don't know what could stop a Goldbjorn's special. Like you don't have ways to at reaction speed remove his worship ability, right? With blue-yellow.
Right. We did talk a little bit about Purge and Purify before we started the cast, but doesn't seem like that's going to be a likely option here.
Well, that one's not a reaction, but I do think there is.
Right.
What's that? 1-cost yellow one. Exhaustion exists. So if Bearcat is running exhaustion, which it looks like he actually is, so maybe that's the solution to make a Goldbjorn skirmish fizzle. But still, this is playing with fire.
Yes, very much so. We'll wait a second to get the full draft lines. So we have Shalavi, Brovar, Goldbjorn, and Korjov for Cdubs. So that's going to bring him some charms from Korjov: Call the Weak, Purge and Purify, Chasm, Psychic Shield, Where Faith Falls, Redirect, Soul Scream, Mind Palace, Granite Skins, the Torn Banners could be a potential interesting play there. And then, of course, Brovar with Your Presence, Sinkholes, Rampant Hatreds. And what do we have here for Bearcat? We have Shalavi, Korjov, Eckert, and we need his fourth choice.
Habrat's still a possibility.
He
with
is.
The Psychic Shields.
I would honestly expect Kenway in this point just to complete the blue-yellow setup. That way you don't have runes.
Yeah, well, he's not bringing any red runes card. Yes, Habrat wouldn't be able to cast any of the blue stuff that's, presence or something like that.
Right.
But
so
interesting.
Actually is thinking about it, though. So while we're waiting for the list here, let's take a look between Bearcat. So Habrat would give access to Psychic Shield, Time Glitch, Call the Weak, Nightmares Incarnate, whereas Kenway would be Shove, Call the Pack, Gathering Storm, and Refraction. So,
Refract. That was Always interesting when it hits the field. Doesn't get played that much.
No. Oh, and it is actually going to be Habarat. We're leaving Kenway on the bench. Okay, so we're going for the more aggressive option.
More aggressive, but also maybe he's also considering next week, right? Next week he has to play a
True.
2v2 game, and so this lets him do a Kenway and a Estrida, which matchup runes as opposed to an Estrida and a Habarat. So maybe he's thinking forward, or I mean, I don't think Habarat's bad in this situation. He can still bring some pain, right?
Yeah, especially given that there's 2 0 armors on Chris's team. Now, obviously, of course, shapeshifting would allow them to get +1 armor, but in the event that Showdown becomes a bit of a risky play for Bearcat, there is the option of Bloodlust, and so Habarat can just go slicey, and easy win there.
Yep. So one thing I would also like to note, we were there when they flipped over these VCs, and we got an audible groan from both of them.
This is
I think
true.
everybody was like, okay, we're doing Showdown, so whatever plan we had with this deck, we have to go to plan Showdown.
That is correct.
Becoming a thing. You just,
Yep.
It's not necessarily a bad VC, but you definitely have to plan around it.
Agreed.
Because it is unlike all the others.
Agreed. Very, very much in the same way that Season 1, everyone comes in with a game plan until Hunting for Power showed. After we made some tweaks to how the interactions with Damaging the Outsider worked, it's kind of cooled off a little bit, but now we have the similar, not the same, obviously, but similar concerns with Showdown, where as soon as you see it flip, that needs to be sitting in the back of your mind, whereas sometimes you see Siege or Invasion, for example, and you think, okay, all I have to do is just not completely abandon my lanes and we're fine. Showdown kind of requires some active planning.
Yep. And I don't think it's, I mean, I definitely disliked Hunting for Power Season 1 way more than I do Showdown for Season 2.
I agree.
There's way more play with Showdown.
I agree.
But I also have found that it dominates, right? Like it is, you almost don't need to look at the other victory conditions when Showdown's out there a lot of the times.
Yeah, I remember you and I, we took a look at some of the numbers from the most recent 250 games, and we found that Showdown didn't have a substantially high win rate, but it was definitely fairly well up there.
Yep. All right, so Shalavi starts and takes out 2 minions, so we're not just Jome brawling, we're actually pretending we're playing a game of Sky 2 today. So,
kind of fairly standard worship with Shalavi move in the attack range, allowing her pounce ability to wipe out both minions on the flips. We did see a +3 on the flip, so unfortunately wasting the +3 against a minion, you hate to see it. You'd prefer to flip those against heroes, but at least it's not a -1.
Yep. And he chose to shapeshift on self, which is fine. Got the 2 minions out there, but it does mean there's no lead in that lane.
Correct.
So either he's going to let the...
Oh.
Nope, we're okay. We're just going to have all the cats go into the lane.
Cat fight!
No.
Oh, it's a skirmish! Oh, okay, we're going after... Okay, yeah, we're not going after the minions here. We're going straight for some... All right, Cdubs, man after my approval. Nice. Ooh. Nothing on the skirmish damage, though.
But surely this attack is going against the Shalavi.
4++. Only a +1, though. Still 5 damage, not too bad. Brings blue Shalavi down to 13.
And there are no frails this game,
Correct.
so there's no healing of this blue blob stuff.
Hallelujah.
So extra armor possibly, but when people die, they're going to stay dead.
Thank goodness for that. That's actually very interesting. So, a little bit more damage on Shalavi versus a little bit more control for Chris, that is, versus a little bit more lead control for Bearcat at this point.
Yeah, so the question is, I mean, pushing the lanes, get you cards, always good. The other thing, though, as far as victory condition, the only thing is Nexus, right?
Correct.
So, I mean, I think Chris is saying, hey, I'm not even worried about Nexus. Something bloody is going to happen before then, which I think is probably
I think that's very likely, because now we're going to see...
I think Bearcat's agreeing also. I think he's just like, let's get some damage in here.
So we're just going to have a lane 1 brawl instead of a dome brawl, it looks like. So
that's right.
Skirmish, Habarat does 1 to green Shalavi. Now we're going for the attack. Another 4++ on this play here. Ooh, nothing on that, unfortunately, there.
And I mean, when this happened, I was like, okay, at least Bearcat has a place to something to do with Korjov, which is go over and attack Shalavi and stay away from the massive blue over there. I mean, yeah, I think Bearcat at this point is giving up the dome for the most part. Putting Korjov in the dome at this point would be bad for round 2, I think.
That would be what we call a poor decision.
So with Habarat over there, I mean, Ekrit going in the dome, she would probably die. So I think it's all for Chris.
Now, interestingly enough, based on where those two are positioned, it is actually possible that Brovar can move Skirmish Worship and then force a taunt on both of Bearcat's assassins.
Oh.
Ooh, no, don't move it now. Eckert's going to wind blast you away if you do that. Okay, well, you're not doing that anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so we go for the skirmish, we go for the move. Looks like we're going to hide in there with a lead, perhaps.
Huh. Okay.
All right.
So we got aggressive with Shilovy, but now we're actually caring about the lane all of a sudden.
Oh, no, we're going for the worship action.
To get an armor on Shilovy.
Which is interesting because Korjov won't care about that.
Has the... Yeah. Is there some other shenanigan to do with having that on? Or maybe he's just worried about next turn dying so quickly?
Could be. That'll minimize the effect that Eckert might have. Obviously, Eckert could move into the dome, summon her illusion into the cover hex adjacent, and then wind barrier Shilovy from the position. That'll drop one of the damage points from that, but Korjov will not care about armor at all, so that's gonna hurt.
We are going with Korjov. Okay. Yeah, I think you're pretty safe to throw Korjov over there in the lane one also. That's pretty far away. Yep.
Oh, see, if you would have waited with the Brovar activation, that's good, because you now have 3 people you can taunt. Oh, well. All right, so we're going to go 3+ piercing against Shilovy, +1 on the flip, 4 more damage, so down to 9 for green Shilovy.
I mean, I think...
Okay, so we have revenge procs. That makes some sense.
Oh, okay.
That's fair. Blue Shilovy is not shapeshifted.
Early next round, Brovar getting right in this between those 3 guys and taunting is probably going to save some serious damage.
Yes, I agree with that. And it's unfortunate that Bearcat has all blue-yellow heroes because this is a perfect setup for a turn 2 flex Rampant Hatred. But obviously none of his heroes able to bring that, so still possible. Does he have Soul Scream? I know I went through the decks, but I forget. I don't think he... Oh, he does have Soul Scream off Korjov, so this actually kind of... depending on how Cdubs finishes with positioning, there is a possibility for a Flex Soul Scream in turn 2 for massive damage from the Korjov.
Yep. Also, I would like to note that both of them are running the full set of charms, so that Brovar play is not quite as strong as like an automatic.
Oh, speaking of charm
being used already.
Speaking of, let's bring charm up. So charm is the kind of what we'll call condition thief here. Remove a condition, and if it's from your opponent...
Wait, did he do that in response to the revenge?
I think
just
so.
About to have a cat fight?
I'm pretty sure we're about to have cat scratch fever here.
Except for Cdubs has an armor, so that seems like a losing proposition for Bearcat.
Once you steal the armor, or once you steal the charm, then or charm the shapeshift, she doesn't have it anymore.
He stole it. Oh, got it.
Yep. So now...
Okay, so it's just a one-time thing. It's not the infinite, at least.
Right. This is not a Corrida setup. we are not going to run this down and play a game of chicken to see who wants to cancel the option first.
Well, that was really cool. So he waited for the revenge to be on the stack, stole that, and then got to take the damage and give the damage.
Yep.
That's kind of cool.
All right. So green Shilovy down to 7, blue Shilovy down to 9. Green Shilovy, you're looking a little damaged here at this point. I wonder if at this point Cdubs plays for the dome. With the Silent Ambassador, you could wormhole Shilovy to safety. You could slow quite a few of Bearcat's heroes.
You could grab his Korjov and just put it next to your Gilbjorn and go for it early round 2.
True.
I mean, yeah. There's a lot of options there. I mean, this is an awful lot of work on Shilovy's when probably Shilovy just doesn't matter. I mean, I guess it turns on Bloodlust if you get a Shilovy kill, right? Then you don't have to necessarily go after Gilbjorn, which, I mean, especially if you get to round 3, Gilbjorn is not a target you really want to go after.
Agreed. I actually had that in my first clash. I was at basically it was a kill Gilbjorn or lose scenario, and he had the Feral Vitality, at which point it was, okay, well, I just lose now. There's nothing left for me to do. So, let's see. Yeah, the other option I can think is if we're trying to nuke Shilovy early, that also opens not only Bloodlust, but it also opens Obstinacy as well. Bring her back early turn 3, perhaps, if you can kill her before she activates turn 2, and then you just kind of pounce on her, no pun intended, and drop all the damage, kill her a second time, and that's Obstinacy win. Okay, so, uh-oh. Eric, if you're speaking, you may have cut out.
Am I still here?
Oh, now you're back. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Yeah, Bearcat was just texting me to make sure that they did the revenge trigger properly.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And they did. So,
Yep.
because like he's like, well, all the revenge on the stack, we stole it and stuff. So
Yep,
they
all is well.
got that rule right.
Also, Smiaz has joined us. Thank you, Smiaz, noting Kordrov Mirror is my dream. That's fair.
No hero left behind. Give the people what they want.
That is
You
indeed.
also get what you don't want.
That's true.
Everybody has to play Yami at some point, but also everybody has to play Kenway at some point, right?
That is very true. Uh-oh. My mouse is misbehaving, so take it away for a second. I have to do something down here.
All right, so it looks like we are going with Gulbjorn. Let's see if Gulbjorn is going to venture over towards lane 1 or not. Time, probably.
Whoops. Okay. Now that I've crushed everything.
So Gulbjorn is...
Okay. Hopefully that fixes it. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. It turns out that when you accidentally kick your... Okay. Maybe that fixes it. Sorry. Nope. Looks like we're still having problems here, I think. Let me see. What can I do to fix this? Okay. So, sorry about this. We had a minor technical difficulty here. Okay, so maybe this is working.
Hey, welcome back. So have I been still on YouTube, or we went dark?
We had a total crash. I have no idea what just happened there, but everything crashed on me. Hopefully this fixes it. So what have we missed?
All right, so we're back up, and people are listening.
In theory.
So Kordjov indeed went over after Shilovy. I think that's the last place the people saw. And then Gulbjorn decided to go grab the dome. He simply led there with a 3 and worship, setting up for next time. And then Bearcat had a tough spot. I couldn't figure out what to do with Eckert. I think he did what I would have done also. He went over to the other lane, and he led from hand. So he's threatening over there. And now Kordjov also doesn't have a great turn. I mean, unless you want to just stalemate that lane too. Looks like he's coming across to be part of the showdown, bloodlust, and obstinacy fun over here. I guess he's going to stay in dome for a turn.
Okay. Yeah, it looks...
I don't see why not to get out into lane, unless... Because then you can at least add a little bit more pressure there.
I wonder if he's worried about the... Well, I wonder if he's worried about the flux time warp from Eckert.
Oh, okay. That's true. That's fair. That would make sense, yeah. So if you're just getting a little bit of, especially if you're just going to worship, you might as well just stay in the dome and worship, because you're only one more hex away. You got to get melee next turn anyway.
And you get fast if you're shapeshifted as Kordjov, right? So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of advantages to shapeshifting, but I mean, like, if you go into lane, you can attack a minion and maybe care about lane. But I really think Cdubs is already on the hey, this lane's not going to matter boat. I mean, it's very possible if somehow this doesn't end in round 2 that Bearcat's going to win both lanes and take down both towers, and it still won't matter, right? I mean, it'll be like except for trample as fast as you can going to Nexus, and it's not going to matter.
Right. Yeah. So Cdubs kind of clicking on Korjov here, figuring out the ooh, going for the skirmish action to get a little closer. Okay. And okay.
Surely the worship, right?
Yeah, Korjov is now shapeshifted as well, so.
All right, so he is set up for next turn. He's got 3 of his guys shapeshifted, Goldbjorn one of them. Korjov led with a psychic shield.
Nice. That's the risk of leading from deck.
Yep. But it still should have won, right?
Oh,
lane 1's over there.
Do lane 1 first. Yeah, definitely, because Bearcat only Cdubs only has his 2 heroes as opposed to Bearcat, which has. Yeah.
So it's still going to go 3. So I mean, it did absolutely no difference what he led with there.
Yep.
So it's a time to get rid of it. Although he probably wouldn't mind that to stay on top of his deck.
True.
All right, so Bearcat is going to get 2 cards to Cdubs 1. Cdub does get the Silent Ambassador, which is going to be a big deal. But we saw more damage happen to the green team than the blue team. So this is probably going to even that out somewhat.
So what I'm thinking that he may want to do here is if you spawn the Silent Ambassador on the perimeter in lane number 2, you can swap Shilovy with Korjov perhaps, and then just lay down a Stone Storm to hit 3 people, slowing a whole bunch. And then you can do a little bit of chip damage. Yep, there it comes. Silent Ambassador is right there, so let's go ahead and pull her card out so we can see what she does. Silent Ambassador must spawn on the dome perimeter, going for the wormhole effect, which is what I just described. Now we're going to drop a Stone Storm. This is going to do a 2x2, 1+ flip, and slow everyone, which means that 3 out of the 4 heroes are going to now be slowed, making it a little bit more difficult to move around in round number 2.
I think he did an attack. He did a swap and he did an attack. So he hasn't done the Stone Storm yet, although I'm pretty sure that's coming next.
Right.
I mean,
if you've swapped to like this position here, I can't see any reason why you wouldn't do a Stone Storm. Okay.
So the good part of this, you get a bunch of damage on Korjov, which is exactly what you want. The bad news is you did kind of put him further away from Goldbjorn, so getting that kill might be a little tougher. But
ooh,
I mean, overall,
+3 on the flip though.
Wow.
That is a lot of damage. Honestly, at this point, you may just pivot from Showdown and go for Bloodlust.
That's right. Yeah, you can get one guy killing 2 things with something, like a Soul Scream, like you said.
Ouch. Okay, that's quite a substantial amount of damage there. So Korjov, Shilovy, Habarat all slowed. Now, of course, 2 of them are already within 1 hex range of Shilovy, so for the most part, they don't really care so much about that slow if the target is indeed run the HP down on Shilovy. But if the target was try to let's go and kill the enemy Goldbjorn, that's not likely to happen anymore.
Unless Goldbjorn walks over there, right? So
right.
We assume if Goldbjorn's coming in, he'll come in late in the turn, so it won't be an option this turn, and then you got to get 18 life. So again, unless there's some massive combo thing that Bearcat has, that seems unlikely.
All right, so heading into the next round, Cdubs will actually overdraw, so he has 8 cards. He'll need to discard down to 7. Bearcat replenishing his hand as well, so both players going in with a full round of ammunition here. I think it's very likely that we see a bunch of spells fly here, and if the game doesn't end this round, then it's going to be a case of everyone's kind of limping in round 3, and it's just going to be who can blow the other one up faster, but I don't see this game going beyond turn 3.
Yeah. I mean, it's just going to be a lot of death. Like we said, there's no frail to heal or anything like that.
Correct.
So, I mean, Korjov and Shilovy are probably going, unless he's like keeping Korjov alive in order to get Showdown or something.
True. Yeah, Korjov, blue Korjov, the important one here to keep an eye on more specifically, is down to 6 HP, which means with a little bit of...
Korjov probably...
Yeah, he's easily killable.
Question is, does he go for... So we were worried about green Shilovy being at 7. Now blue Shilovy's also at 7.
Correct. Now, green Shilovy does have the benefit of a Brovar on her team, but at the same time, out of range of 3, And so therefore can't benefit necessarily from the enhanced armor just yet. She could reposition herself, but
Alrighty, Chris is throwing away a Where Faith Falls, which is a
interesting,
cute card, especially with Korjov on your team.
Yes.
But yeah, maybe if he's already got a bunch of 2-mana cards, he doesn't have the space to. Because I mean, it's basically a free card as long as you have a mana.
Right.
But he only has 2 people that can cast yellow, so maybe he's got redirects or other of his nice 2 yellow cards, and he's like, yeah, I'm just not going to get to that this round. So.
Right. Yeah, depending on position here, redirection onto the outsider. Oh no, Chris can't see the outsider right now. Never mind. I was gonna say that would be a potential just to redirect if the assassin mispositions himself, and all of a sudden you're swinging at the Silent Ambassador, which technically, I guess, advances possibility of Bloodlust, but not really where you want to be using your attacks.
So if you're Bearcat, what is your victory condition at this point? I mean, the obvious thing to do is just kill Shillavi to get an advantage there, but I don't know how that really advances anything except for obstinacy. That would take a little while.
I would say you do that, and then you can just kind of play the slow push game. So we noticed that Bearcat has pressed both control tokens against the tower. You could potentially send Ekrit over, kill off a minion, lead with her if you have a 3. That guarantees the tower explodes in lane 1 if Chris doesn't defend. With only 3 heroes, that's, unlikely that he'll defend the tower, and then that sets you up for potential Nexus destruction turn 3.
So crazy, as I was talking about, Nexus isn't going to be a thing.
It could still be a thing. Oh, nope. Okay, so Ekrit's not going for that. So we're going for an attack. Okay, we're going to kill Shillavi. We're going to get a hero advantage, and we're going to translate that momentum into I can do more things than you can.
Right.
All right, 3 damage brings blue Shillavi to 4. And
can you finish green Shillavi off beforehand?
Not with this play here. Skirmish isn't going to kill. I don't think he has any Shatter Mines, if I remember correctly. So, or my. Oh, wait a minute. Does he have any?
And there's no. We know Purge and Purify is in the deck, but there's no Shapeshift on Shillavi to utilize that.
Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing really here that speaks to me. Although Blue Shillavi actually, if there's Call of the Week, Blue Shillavi can KO Green Shillavi right now. Because she has 2 conditions on her. She's slowed and she's shapeshifted.
And Call of the Week is a reaction? It is a reaction.
Yep. So there is possibility for kill there.
Just flipped over a Nightmares Incarnate.
Ooh.
So if you have another Nightmares Incarnate, this can finish it, right?
Okay.
Where was Nightmares Incarnate? I didn't even see that. Oh yeah, Habrat brought Nightmares Incarnate. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So got the 1 damage needed. So now we're in Nightmares Incarnate range or in Cull the Weak range.
Oh yeah.
Not at the moment. No, because Korjov only has 1. Oh no, Bearcat Shillavi could cast Call of the Week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Bearcat Shillavi can cast Call of the Week, or either Shillavi or Korjov or Ekrit, in fact, could play Nightmares Incarnate, since that does 3 damage, and Green Shillavi is down to 3 hit points at this point. Yeah, so plenty of options to kill.
Yeah, so now the question is, if you'd have it, do you want to use it now so they don't even get to activate, so you get to go last? Do you wait until they activate and waste their turn, but then they still get to go last? Or do you wait till after they get to do a turn so that they don't come back next turn?
Right.
I mean, I think if obstinacy is your goal, you probably want to kill before the
correct
the activation happens so that she gets back on the map sooner.
Yeah, Yeah, there's a coin toss scenario here where you spike the Shillavi and then you get last activation, versus you let Shillavi activate and then you just kill her right there so she doesn't actually do anything. But then in that case, you risk reactions to your Nightmare Incarnate, which could potentially fizzle your plans. So, yeah, I think you probably just spike her as soon as you can.
So they gave the activation, so we're at least... Cdubs at least is going to get last activation here.
Okay, and skirmish?
At a skirmish, maybe?
I assume so, because he clicked on the blue one and he's not... Ah, there it is.
Habrat is playing... Habrat brought Nightmares Incarnate and is playing it. Alrighty, and there's a Psychic Shield.
Okay.
Does Bearcat have a second reaction way to kill? Another Nightmares or Call the Weak?
Here's your Nightmares Incarnate. 3 just very nice and simple. 3 damage. Back in the early days, this is one of the original cards, back when the effects were very nice and simple and could fit on 1 or 2 lines of text. Now we have to conduct a blood rite, 3 rituals of dancing around the moon, sing a song, and then all of a sudden the map just explodes. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to spoil Untamed cards yet. My bad.
So it looks like Bearcat's still thinking. So if he has another answer, is he maybe not wanting to do it?
Yeah, because at this point, it now becomes the question of how many resources do I commit?
They...
Okay. Yeah, that was an accidental clear of the stack, so...
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say that it'll all go, but anyway.
Yeah.
So now, and they clicked everything so quickly, so... But I think that's still on the stack like that.
Yep. Shalavi plays Psychic Shield. Oh, no, okay, yeah.
They're trying to fix their stack.
Right.
They're trying to make it look good.
And there it is. There it is.
Okay. Shilavi's going to try and Call the Weak.
Is there a second Psychic Shield? All right, so Call the Weak, as we mentioned, deal X damage to the target enemy, where X is twice the number of conditions. Shilavi currently has 2 conditions on her, so therefore X is equal to 4. That is enough to spike down the green Shilavi.
Alrighty. So, but Bearcat did make the decision, because he could have done this on Ekrit's activation. He wanted the wasted turn more than he wanted to go last.
Right.
Which, when you have 2 hurt people, that might make sense, right? 'Cause
sure.
now he gets a chance to get his thing activated. Shilavi would still come back next time because she's not exhausted.
Correct.
Looks like Fish is about to pick her up off the map.
Yep.
He's thinking about it. Does he have another trick?
He does have 6 cards in hand. If you've got any 2-mana card from Shilavi, this would be a good time to play it before she dies. Nope.
Right.
All right, Shilavi's KO'd. All right, so Shilavi now is on the obstinacy track, and blue Shilavi does get credit for the kill. Blue
Shilavi's on the bloodlust track. Shilavi's everywhere.
Oh, boy. Okay,
and
so...
we should really put that token on the 3, because it's coming back next round.
Yes.
I guess I can jump into a color and do that if they're not going to do it.
I am not promoted. So, I guess I could move a token, but I can't duplicate.
I can't copy and paste. Yeah.
We've been banned from interfering with the table. So now, by doing this, Bearcat says, I now have more resources than you. I can slow push the lane over there, and I can focus on fighting you over here, while I just pull what remaining resources you have left from right. And so for this reason, I think Cdubs now has to go for the Bloodlust play. Excuse me, for the Showdown play as opposed to the Bloodlust play, due to the fact that he's just going to get out-muscled. Bearcat,
right.
Bearcat is able to play 2 assassins plus a mage. That is tons of damage. And bring the Silent Ambassador's HP on as well. Obviously, she is a valid target. Can contribute to the potential Bloodlust as well. If a huge damage spike comes through, drops her hit points down to 0. That would be the second for Shilavi as well. But as it stands... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, so we clicked around. They've got the table set up so it's clear to everybody. Shilavi's coming back, and the obstinacy's there, so we delayed them. But yeah, I think you're right. That Bloodlust is looking tempting as the out here.
Yep. So now that it is Bearcat's turn, he has activated Ekrit. Let's see. Habarat, Shilavi, Korjoff are all slowed. One of the things you... no, that doesn't make any sense. Well, Brilvar isn't shapeshifted, so what you could do with Shilavi is skirmish, attack Brilvar, and that would let you flip against the minion. and then perhaps worship the Korjov that gives him fast to negate the slow that he's under.
Sorry, you skirmish and then you
Attack Brovar. This
Okay.
is from Bearcat. So then because Shilovy is shapeshifted, you can pounce on the minion from Cdubs.
No, it's only when you defeat an enemy minion are you allowed to
Oh, you're
pounce.
right. You're right. You're right. I'm
This is
thinking of a
not
cootie.
cootie.
This is
Yep.
not a cootie. My apologies. Okay, so never mind.
Although, Shmiaz would say Brivar's just a big minion.
That is fair.
I'll-
But I don't think that the rules would agree with that.
That's true.
That's fair.
Also, one attack probably doesn't take Brivar down. I
Oh,
think
no.
he got a little bit more muscle than that.
No. The porcupine skin, I forget what he's actually called. Pangolin. There we go. The pangolin shell protects him from a couple hits, but
Look at you with your Skytear lore knowledge.
no, I just know it because Michael has referenced the fact that it's a pangolin because I used to call it a porcupine.
Oh.
And then Michael was always, no, it's a pangolin.
All right, well, Shilavi's going, so I don't think you're getting a Bloodlust this turn with
Nope.
this move, but yeah, maybe
Okay.
getting off into the cover hex there. Nope.
Nope,
he's
we're going to
where
kill
you
the
said.
minion. We're going to at least kill the minion, I think. Or maybe we just start taking on Brovar, soften it up,
mean-
and go for a turn 3 kill.
Killing the minion, are we pushing for... Can't imagine we're pushing for a Nexus win at this point. There's just too many dead bodies that are going to be in the way of that.
If he goes for a Nexus play with this kind of setup, there will be no words in the human language that will be able to express my disappointment in him.
He is going for the minion.
Unbelievable. Okay. Well, that's dead minion.
I mean, attacking Brilvar is probably not the most effective thing to do, so, I'm not...
Well,
I just don't see the value in killing the minion, I guess, is my only problem with this.
You're overloaded. You've got 4 minions already. I mean, unless you just want to blow that up, you're not going to do any tower damage in lane number 1. 4 to 2 minions means that you'll kill off both of those minions exactly. This is assuming, of course, that Cdubs doesn't try to defend lane 1. So you can blow it up potentially in turn 3 with a little bit of manipulation there, but...
Going for a lead from deck. Okay.
Okay.
Which, I mean, there's a good chance Shilovy is not surviving this turn.
True.
So this seems like a delay tactic, but if that's the case, I go back to why didn't you just start this thing on Ekrit's turn so that
Right.
you... Because this is not like getting Shilovy in a place that's safer than what she was before.
Right. Now you open it up. Golbjorn and Korjov both have access directly with move actions here, although Korjov is still ranged as he's... Oh, no, he's shapeshifted. He's melee. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. But also, I mean, as bad as Shilovy being there is just probably going to die, the one thing she was doing was blocking Golbjorn from getting easy access to Korjov,
Right.
whereas now Korjov has been exposed a little bit. And, I mean, a move
Skirmish
and
attack.
a skirmish attack. And how much mana does
2.
Bearcat have left?
He's got 4 mana.
With 2.
Well, 6 mana, excuse me.
2 on Korjov, 2 on Ekrit, and the Flux.
You could go Bjorn's Betrayal for an instant KO here.
Yeah.
You move Golbjorn over into the lane. Brilvar plays the Golbjorn's Betrayal. You skirmish into the Korjov, and then wham. Okay. Let's see what happens. Did Bearcat just expose the victory condition for Chris? Or is this some sort of 200 IQ play to bait him?
I mean, it feels like a bait, right?
It has to be.
If I'm playing against Bearcat here, it just feels like he's just asking you to come and get Korjov. So he
Right.
wants Golbjorn out there so we can start beating on Golbjorn, maybe. I'm... What is this, a Brilvar skirmish? Gonna soften him up a little bit more?
That, or we're just making it so that Korjov can't run away, since Korjov is slowed. That kind of locks him into place. He can't walk over the minion, although you could skirmish over the minion, technically.
This attack cannot kill him,
Correct.
so that's good.
Yep,
I mean,
3 damage on the attack.
and now if you just, shapeshift,
Okay.
Korjov's in trouble.
Okay, so that... nope, that's not a good plan. So if you shapeshift, that forces Korjov to spend his attack action there. You could still skirmish over to the cover hex, but Brilvar in that position makes it so that Korjov cannot... Well, No, because you can still do that. You would need the alternative attack action. Actually, yeah, Brovar positioning there ensures that Korjov can't run away.
Why not? The skirmish to the cover hex above Brovar?
Yeah, then you just shapeshift Gilbjorn and you swipe and you don't need line of sight.
Sure, I mean, and Brovar's there to see line of sight also, right? So
right,
yeah.
If you go into the cover hex directly to the left of Shilovy, Brovar sees you. If you go to the one that's above Shilovy, that's near the control point, Brovar doesn't care. Gilbjorn doesn't care. You just move, you declare a worship action, you shapeshift, alternate skirmish. You don't care that you don't see him, and then you swing it for 2+ anyway.
But then Charm would save.
True. This is true.
Save Korjov's life. Yeah.
That is very true. So the question then becomes, are you able to defend against another Charm? Or you could potentially have to worry about a Flux Chasm. We don't have to worry about Sinkhole with an all white, yellow-blue team, but you do still need to consider the chasms.
Yep. And Shove does not work, right? Because the skirmish will happen in between there.
Right.
But does Chasm even help enough? No, you get within 3, being pushed away 1.
Let's see.
Goldburn still gets to you, I think. Oh no, you can push both of you. You can push him away and push yourself back towards Brovar.
Right.
Yep.
And that way, because of
Chasm's
the minions,
so tricky.
yeah, because of the minions then will work against you as Cdubs instead of for you.
Well, showdown definitely seems on the table here.
Yeah.
3-point Korjov in the full strength Goldbjorn on the other side, or in the dome there.
Okay. Habrot is going for the skirmish action. Habrot's going to go for a block. Sort of. Yeah, because now you can just go down below the Scion Ambassador as Goldbjorn.
Yeah.
I don't know about this.
He's leading. Is he going for Nexus?
He has to be going for Nexus at this point.
Confused.
Bearcat, why?
He must have some awesome way to keep Korjov alive.
Yeah, because now you just move, you skirmish to the cover hex, and you swing at Korjov, and it's a guaranteed kill. So you don't even need to... What is going on?
Alrighty, Bearcat. What do you have? Charm is obviously good in certain situations, but you don't need to use the alternate skirmish action. But even if... so Charm, if he does the alternate skirmish action, you charm it away, and then it fizzles. He doesn't even get to go next to you, so he doesn't get to attack. So, but as long as you use the other one, but then I guess Flux Chasm saves you.
Right.
So if he has both those things, he's fine, I guess. And by fine, still Korjov comes over the last activation and kills you, right?
Right.
So you're not.
It takes away the showdown win, but it at least puts Bloodlust on the table for you, and it makes it a 3 versus 3.
Maybe Korjov should just go kill Shilovy, Blue Shilovy.
Could be.
That way you'll know where Korjov is at least, and you've at least gotten some value in case Korjov has the answers that he is totally projecting that he has.
Right. I mean, it could also just be a bluff, right? You know, we've talked about the idea that we'd love to see more people bluffing in Skytear because we've gotten to the point of why would you ever do this if you don't have the answers? And the couple times that people have gone, hey, surprise, it's actually paid off for them.
Yep. I have been bluffed. People leading from hand with 1s or 0s on me and being like, nope, I'm giving that up.
And then, I've been tricked. I've been bamboozled. I'm sad.
Okay, Goldbjorn's going for it. All right. I mean, you've got to go after Korjov, right? Because you got to make him use whatever answer he has.
Correct.
Presence first.
Okay. That was not what I thought I would see coming.
He just wants a good value.
I guess he's predicting to make sure that the cards that he's about to flip.
Okay.
So
Mind Palace cleans up all his mana.
Okay. So we have Presence that gives you +1 to control, and you get to look at 2.
They're using a little minion on Goldbjorn to remind them of the presence, just like he's a little Doomies guy.
And then Mind Palace, of course, we discard all the face-up power cards to get the, or from the target hero's card. And, of course, all the effects are still active, so Goldbjorn is, in fact, not going for Korjov.
Well, no, he can still do it, right? He can
sure, you can skirmish
across the guy.
Ooh, are we going for, like, a 2 KO kind of thing here? Are we taking a swing at Shilovy with the attack action and then skirmish? Oh, okay. Goldbjorn's Betrayal. Let's take a look. So this is one of those cards that I mentioned that has 4 lines of text, so much so that we don't even get flavor text on this card. So if a target hero has a line of sight to a friendly minion, they get +4 armor, then they become melee, and they may attack using their armor value instead of the attack value. So Goldbjorn gets +4 armor in this situation, means he has an armor value of 5, so he can choose to attack 3+ or 5+.
So what's really funny about this is if Bearcat had killed another minion, this play would be impossible. Remember I talked about it was useless to attack the minions?
Yep.
It almost was of value. Alrighty, so do you kill Shilovy? And that's why he went up there, by the way, to make sure he got the... Yeah. If he went south, he couldn't have gotten the bonus. So now do you kill Shilovy and then skirmish to kill a Korjov, or you just go for the Korjov?
Ooh, well... So...
If he has Chasm, it doesn't matter, right? If you attack Shilovy, they use a Chasm now, I guess then you still get a skirmish to do something.
So I would say you skirmish targeting Korjov, and the reason being is you've got 3 shapeshifted people, which means Goldbjorn can swipe for 3+. So even if you use... I would use the base skirmish action, to be honest. That way, even if you charm it off Goldbjorn, it doesn't get canceled, and you still have a 2+. All you need to do is hit a +1, and the skirmish swipe will kill Korjov.
Right, so...
Oh, here comes Flux Chasm.
Has to be Chasm. So, but we don't know what Chris actually did. But whatever it is, it's
getting
enough
chasmed.
to get chasmed. Yep.
So we saw this one coming a mile away. Chasm, of course, wonderful card. Not nearly as bad as Sinkhole. Chasm lets you target a hex within 2, and then you get to push everyone that is adjacent to it 1 away from the hex. So, oh, wait. Oh no. Okay, it's just duplication. Yeah, we're on round 2, so nobody could respond.
Right. I was like,
wait a minute.
So what's interesting here is you get to push Goldbjorn, but you can't push him. Oh yeah, you could push him to a spot where he can't, because Goldbjorn's gonna have one more action after this, right? Because his attack on his skirmish is gonna fizzle.
Was it a skirmish?
I assume so. We don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know if you saw. Okay, so Bearcat's pinged Shilovy.
Oh, that makes more sense. Because now you can move Goldbjorn up and to the right, other one up and to the left, and now Goldbjorn has one action, and the only action, I mean, his attack is, he doesn't get to use his +4 to the attack.
Right, that's unfortunate.
You burned the Goldbjorn's Betrayal.
Yep.
It's like Goldbjorn betrayed himself.
I'm pretty sure there's a word for that, but I just don't know what it is. Ooh, and in the cover hex means you can't even, well, no, you could still do the alternative skirmish action.
Wait, so now he's skirmishing? So he did an attack first? I guess he did an attack on Shilovy.
That must
be
the case.
Skirmish.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's declared a skirmish. You have to make this the alternative action at this point, because otherwise it's just not good.
And you've got a Brilvar who shapeshifted near you.
And a Korjov.
So
this is 3.
3
Yep.
on Shilovy.
Okay, and this can't kill.
Does Korjov's ability give you a +4?
Does it? I think it does. I forget exactly how that works because no one ever plays Korjov. Let's see. Friendly shapeshifted heroes get +1 skirmish. Yeah, that stacks.
Okay,
yeah. So this could be lethal, but it's not. Shilovy down to 2.
Down to 2.
Okay. Interestingly enough, Bloodlust is still on the table for Cdubs.
Yep.
Korjov comes in for the 1-2, kapow kapow, and boom, dead.
Now, what's interesting, though, the Kapow Kapow is tougher because you're melee.
Correct. Right. So, what
Not
I would
impossible.
say... Yeah. I would say you move, you attack the Korjov, and then you skirmish to hit the Shilovy.
Yeah, but the question is, where does this Korjov go, right? Because this Korjov surely is going to at least down to that bush down below now, right?
Yeah, and that actually is going to make it harder to hit because you can't skirmish and hit one of them. You have to use the fast move. So... All right, 500 IQ play. You use the move action, you skirmish, and kill one of them. You charm the shapeshift off yourself, and then that way you're ranged again.
Nice.
That's how this is going to have to work.
But I think if he just goes down that bush, he can move next to Shillavi, skirmish off Shillavi, a killer with the skirmish, hopefully, and then move down and be next to Korjov to get the double kill.
That is true.
Bloodlust.
That's far less fun, but
your
also
way is way cooler.
I was going to say, that's far less fun, but also probably a lot more efficient and less likely to get janked. Now, that being said, the Flux has been popped, so Chris knows that there's no need to worry about another Chasm play. Also, there's only there is 2 mana on the field left, so Ekrit could potentially have redirect shenanigans lined up, as Bearcat does still have 5 cards in hand.
Although, if he's melee, he can't redirect.
True.
Oh, no, yeah. No, you can redirect to a minion. I don't think you can get far enough away from the minions.
No, you cannot. Now, that being said, if blue Korjov hides in the bush, green Korjov can go where blue Korjov is personally, and then Ekrit wouldn't be able to get him with the redirect. Because that would be 4 away.
Yes. Or Korjov could go after Korjov first if you have confidence in that flip.
Yep. Okay. Well,
and then move up to what's happening.
Remember, the cards are predicted, right? Because of the presence play. So.
But the presence play flip put them both in the trash. Sorry,
oh, he did?
I should have said that.
Oh, never mind. Okay, yeah, I have the board zoomed in, so I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah, he had Call and Soul Scream, and they both got tossed. So he was looking for good flips.
Okay, so there's the skirmish into the bush. That makes sense defensively. Nope, maybe not.
Yeah, you can't go up there next to Shillavi. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, back down to the bush.
Let's see. Going for the worship action. Okay. Again, no Freyhill, so no healing. All right, Cdubs. Let's go for the big play here. Let's see it. Can you kill him off?
The only mana available is Ekrit.
Correct. Ekrit has 2.
You can't even redirect if you go to the spot between Korjov and Brilvar.
Exactly.
I don't see how this isn't a kill then.
Yeah, at least a kill. If not, honestly, if not a win. I mean, at least a kill.
Yeah. Because
Korjov will do 1+ on the slash since he's on the skirmish since he's.
So he has to flip a +1.
Yeah.
So he has to flip a +1 against Shillavi, and then gets next to Korjov, and that attack should totally finish it.
Yeah, because that's 4+ piercing, so there's 0 defense against that. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, I don't see how this isn't Cdubs' win here. Because Bearcat is out of mana, you can move so that Ekrit can't interact with you. I don't see how Chris doesn't win right here if he follows the sequence.
Well, flipping +0 or -1, which Chris has.
Oh, right. Yeah, because he has to kill both of them. That's right. I forgot.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's a lead from
Deck
Korjov. What?
Huh?
And I assume the shapeshift on Korjov is gone.
No, that one was there from last round. That should be. Oh no, he ended his turn. Wait.
Oh, is he going to get the double kill with the Silent Ambassador? Is that his plan? So it can't be interacted with?
Could be. Yeah. That's he's got line of sight to Shillavi. Yeah. Actually, that works too. So where do you drop it though? Oh, no. Okay, yeah, so you drop Silent Ambassador basically right where she is, and then you can swap Habarat with oh no, you have to move her to the mirrored point of where she is. So if you put the Silent Ambassador 2 up from where she is so that she's above Habarat and Korjov, then you can swap Habarat and Blue Korjov so that she can see both of them. She shoots Shillavi or shoots Korjov, and then you can Stone Storm, hope you flip a +1, and kill the Shillavi there. Okay. Yeah, this works.
At least you guarantee no reaction. Although I think the other way you also guarantee no reaction. So I don't know that
Correct.
this is
Yeah.
better or not.
Yeah. If you would have moved to Korjov, actually, it doesn't matter. Either of the cover hexes skirmished against Shilovy and then went to the square or the hex in between Brovar and Korjov. Ekrit can't do anything to interfere. And so, obviously whether Shilovy is dead or not depends on your flip. Oh,
does that matter?
No, it doesn't matter. Because you don't care about the minion positioning, because Golbjorn can already see Shilovy, which is all you really need.
Got it.
And because of where the hex is, the Scion Ambassador can't be blocked from the correct spot that you need to play her. Wait. Okay, yeah, this is fine.
There.
No, this is not fine. You can't... Well, I guess you can Stone... Yeah, you're killing her with Sunstorm, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, you're fine. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so the attack action...
is going to kill that.
Yep, this is guaranteed kill on Korjov, because I don't think Chris has -1s.
And then need a +1 on the Stone Storm.
Correct. So that one is not guaranteed.
It's interesting you don't do Storm first, because if you don't get it, maybe you don't want to kill Korjov. I don't know. Okay, Stone Storm. What's the flip?
And +1 or better. Yep, target there. Hits the 2x2. 3. Game.
+3.
Nice.
That's it.
That's
Alrighty.
Bloodlust. Woo! All right.
Plus from the outsider. Shall we go over to join him?
Yes, let's do so.
I think you still can. It was ruling because it's a friendly hero when you're controlling it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bloodlust through the outsider is acceptable.
I did not know that was a thing.
But so even if it's not, the same flips kill you, even if Korjov just goes for the Bloodlust himself, right? Because Ekrit can't get close enough to stop anything.
No, Eckert could have stopped it.
How?
So if Korjov runs next to Shilovy,
So, yeah, let's...
Attack and then skirmish.
Yeah,
no,
if you
skirmish.
If you
So you
skirmish
run over
over...
here.
No,
run here.
I could have stopped it.
How do you
Yeah,
stop
I was trying to
You
make
run
it
5.
so you couldn't.
No, I had it.
What'd you have?
Hey, we'll roll it back if you So my core drop was what?
He's where
215.
Hobrod is.
Korjov's here. Yeah.
Core drop's here.
Hobrott's here,
Shilovy's up here.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you had
So you-
open mana here.
yeah. All right,
So
so
you
you,
declare a move with Korjov.
yeah.
You're not doing anything. Go all, no, keep going, all the way to the. You're fast.
Mm-hmm.
So now you declare a skirmish against Shilovy.
And then I'm 1+.
Yep.
Though.
You need a 1+, just like with the Stone Storm, right?
Yeah.
And then you.
No,
hit
I thought
the
you were going to
one.
be coming around the.
Skirmish.
I drew the
Yeah.
reactor, so it would have been the full 1+. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting you to come around the other side.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
this
we're
way
we're not
guarantees.
getting your. Yeah. 'Cause
what do
I
you
don't know what
have?
Ekrit had, but we were like, oh, Ekrit can't
Well,
do
you
it.
could have a redirect, right?
Sorry
And
about
then I have to hit this.
Not if you're here.
Yeah.
That's 4 away.
That's 4 away.
I was thinking
Didn't
you were
Korjov
going
have
to hit the.
mana?
Korjov is tapped.
Only Eckert did.
Oh,
Korjov
only
used
after-
the
oh, there's not enough range.
Yeah.
I was just
I
trying
thought-
to play it safe because I figured I had better chance with just not
Oh, I
being able
see.
to react.
Mhm.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking about gold.
I thought he had time warp too, so maybe
Mm.
I don't know. He didn't have time warp probably though.
Yeah, because I was thinking you were gonna have to come around this side.
Mm.
Because even round 1 he had like I thought he had
5.
time warp here. That's why I went and stayed in here because you could go
Yeah,
with that here and left from hand.
I was thinking I was gonna be able to exhaustion, remove the charm, and disarm. But
Yeah, if
You would have been able to play around it with this. 'cause
Yeah.
I couldn't-
Yeah, move
Yeah.
in the bush and then
plug
hide
in there,
and then
yeah.
hide. Yeah. Because there's no
Ugh.
reaction speed remove or gain mana right now, so Mind Palace isn't a reaction. So
Right.
that's kind of good, I guess. If Mind Palace was reaction, it would
Oh,
you
that would be
would
nuts.
know what people could do.
3 sinkholes on 1 hero.
That's
Yay!
Ugh. All right. Well, good game.
Yeah, good game,
Yeah,
gents. That
yeah.
was fun to watch.
all those kill conditions. Which one?
Yeah.
I think picking Korjov as my leader was a poor decision, but I thought
I will call that a ballsy move.
it was
was
what I
bold.
Yeah, we talked about it. Like, I think this is a bad decision, but I think it's the most fun decision. And
Fair,
that's what I
sure,
decided
fair.
to go with.
Because if I take Brilvar, it's really hard for him with his other heroes, but he still could. It's just like dwittle down with Korjov than
Right.
hit, but it's
Mhm.
later, it's harder, you know. If I have like Golbjorn's Betrayal,
Mhm.
Protect stuff.
Because I think the better choice would have been to choose Kenway as my leader, have somebody that's a little bit more defensible. Because right now, you look at my guys: Shalavi, Korjov, Haberot,
Wish.
0 armor across the board. They're all
Right.
just super spongy.
Mhm.
Picking
Mhm.
Ekrit as a leader is probably a bad idea too.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Kenway was really my only choice as somebody that's even a little bit survivable.
Yeah.
True.
Her ability to just dance across white lines and in and out of cover hexes, it makes her extraordinarily obnoxious as a leader.
Yeah. She also gave me some of the more, I don't know, tricky cards.
Yeah,
I could've-
Bewitch, stuff like that.
I would have had Shove and Refract.
Mm.
Brian, which VC were you angling towards? I mean, I know it might have changed a little bit during the game, but what were you going for?
Probably obstinacy at that point.
Oh, did I say Chris? I meant Brian.
Sorry.
It's fine.
So my real goal was, I don't know if I was really going for one. I was gonna get the first kill and then see
Okay.
where that led me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of my hope was to get a kill with Haberot.
Okay.
Haberot actually had health, so he wouldn't have died.
Right.
Put
Got it.
somebody low and then go for Bloodlust.
Makes sense.
Getting the kill with Shalavi, with her being so low at health, wasn't really ideal.
Mm.
But
Got it.
I thought that getting the kill before Shalavi could do a fair amount of damage was important enough to use the Call of the Week.
Yep. No, I think that was right. So the other question is, you chose to do it on his Shalavi's turn as opposed to on your Ekrit's turn. So is that because you wanted him to waste a turn? Because the other way you do it, if you do it on Ekrit's turn, that whole thing, then you'll get the last activation in the round, right?
That would have been way smarter. Because it was funny, like after I killed him, I was like, man, I really don't want to activate any of my heroes. I wish I could just pass and make you go. So yeah, it would have been a better idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at round one, like I was looking at what your Ekrit had to do, and I was like, there are no good options. Like going to the dome is just asking to get Korjov to beat you up, and you're still going to lose the dome. Switching over to this lane seems, and then like you did, you went to that lane on the lane one, but it's like, I don't think Nexus is going to be in play this game.
Right.
I just don't see the game going that long, right? And so you did it, and I didn't know what else you could do, but yeah, it was that. And so then the second round, we're like, because I was all like, I can't do Nexus, and then we're talking, we're like, maybe he's going to do Nexus and just somehow be tricky and keep Korjov alive and push lane one with Ekrit and end up winning that way or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't account for Bloodlust with the Outsider. I didn't think that was an option.
Yeah.
So my thought was really hoping he would kill just one hero with the Outsider. Even if he killed two, it took off Bloodlust for him, and it allows me to stall the game a little bit longer. Like, that was actually not a huge deal for me, because I was in a really good position with the lanes where I could just let the game stall for a while and maybe come back and have turn 4 be my big push turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just noticed something that you guys were talking about with the Korjov play. I couldn't target Korjov here though.
You would move.
You would move off the skirmish from Shillavi.
Yeah.
Oh, I skirmished, then I attacked.
Yeah, you skirmish, do the damage on Shillavi, and then use the movement option afterwards to go over there to put you.
I just because of the Ekrit play, what you guys were talking about, I thought he had time warp. That's why I just.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's interesting. I didn't even think of that, and I was like, hey, he's going to send Korjov in the lane, and then RG reminded me, like, time warp's a real thing. So yeah, staying in the dome made sense.
Smia's specialty, as we like to call it.
Because he did it here too.
Right.
I was very aggravated that I positioned Ekrit not able to chasm where I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
That was because my thing I wanted to do, I think it was here.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to push. I wanted to. I think it was there.
Yeah.
So if I do that, I can push, get Haberot into the lane, or in the dome to at least contest.
And then Korjov still has mana to save himself.
Yeah, you could have a 3 there.
Right.
Yep.
So,
That
I mean,
that was the hope.
I have a question. So this thing that came up here where I go declare my attack,
Uh-huh.
is it bad to just pass and bait the opponent and then play the betrayal so you don't get like blown out like I did like with the chasm? Because I feel like it's like kind of cheaty if you do that. But
It is, because so the way that it works is you have the priority to play anything once you've declared the attack. Once you pass, if Bearcat passes, you don't get a second chance. So if Bearcat was to do nothing, then the attack would resolve. You can't go, oh, by the way, now I want to play Goldburn's Betrayal.
yeah, I wouldn't do that. But assuming that he would still react, I just always just pass until he does something because I'm still gonna get damage in with an attack.
Sure. I mean, you could do that.
but then you never get Goldburn's Betrayal off, right?
Right.
I mean, you attack.
I would eventually, right?
I don't
I would
think
do
you-
it
I don't
because
think you need
he's
it, though.
forced to eventually, right?
Huh? So
He's
you declare an attack, right?
He's forced to play something eventually.
Okay, so you declare an attack. If he does not play it, if he just accepts the regular attack, then you just get the regular attack. So you don't get Goldburn's Betrayal. And if he does play Chasm, then you get moved and you don't use it, right? So in neither situation do you play Goldburn's Betrayal in that case.
Yeah, I guess it would still be my hand if I didn't win the next round
Right.
or that
Yeah.
round.
So you can, yeah,
But yeah, I guess that's right. That's true.
like you didn't have it, but you can save it for later.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't really think you needed Goldbjorn's Betrayal for the extra damage either. I mean, I got no armor. My
But also,
character's
if he
spongy.
wasn't doing anything else with the mana, I mean,
I'm low on HP.
Yeah, I
don't
didn't
know.
need to do the Mind Palace either thing where I could have just played Presence here, but it was already too late.
well,
But,
guys, lots of fun. And next week we're going to be going into 2v2, so each of you'll get a random partner and or semi-random partner, and then you'll get to bring your leftover. So yeah, one of the things we talked about at the beginning, you brought Habarat, Bearcat, and we were debating, was that partly so that you'd have a blue and yellow team for next week, or
No,
I
I did not. I did not consider that at all.
Okay. So you've got an Astrida and a
Can we?
Kenwi, and that means Chris, you've got an Astrida and a
Sethru.
Sethuru. Okay. So lots of
But it's like-
Astridas being saved, sandbagged for the end.
It's gonna be a control game by virtue of the fact that everyone's going to be disarmed.
All these Astridas is pushing lane.
And I mean, if it somehow happens, you two play with each other, you'll have two Astridas on the same team, and that won't be obnoxious at all.
I just want to
no.
throw Astrida. Just all.
And
all
now
of the
Sethru
minions.
with Kenwi, which is not bad either.
Yeah.
This sounds terrible. All right, well, before we go ahead and wrap up, anyone have any final thoughts to close out the day?
Just excited for a Bengals Super Bowl victory.
Oh, God.
Good day.
Who day?
Today.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Chris, Brian, Eric, myself, thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good day.
Great game of games. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
I really did not think Bloodlust was on the table.